Are you tired of feeling anxious, stressed, and overwhelmed during the election season? With all the conflicting information, dramatic headlines, and heated debates, it's easy to lose our cool and to feel really stressed out by it all. What if you could stay calm and focused and sane despite all the chaos going on around you? In this video, we'll explore 3 practical tips and strategies to help you navigate the election madness. From managing your emotions to making informed decisions, we'll dive into the essential skills you need to stay grounded and centered, even in the most turbulent of times. So take a deep breath, relax, and let's get started on the path to election sanity. Hi, I'm Dara. Welcome back to the Euphony Within channel. On here, we like to discuss ways that help us to achieve the mindset that allows us to reach the ultimate level of happiness. How? Through happier, healthier living, of course. If that sounds like something that you would enjoy, be sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. We would love to have you as part of our family. We really like to discuss lifestyle, personal development, and thriving in your mid-30s and beyond. So again, we would love to have you. Be sure to hit the subscribe button for more content. Are you feeling overwhelmed by the chaos of the election season? You are not alone, my friend. Between all the constant news updates, the social media debates, the flooding of political ads that have taken over our lives, it's easy to lose your sanity during this season. But have no fear, we've got you covered here. We've got 3 simple tips and strategies to help with navigating the madness that is the election season. First tip is remember, it's okay to take a step back and take a break from all the political shenanigans. And in fact, it's allowed. It's okay if politics aren't your constant thought 24/7, or if you don't want to debate or get into an argument with another person. It is okay. I'm telling you, you're allowed to take a break. And in fact, if we don't take a break, it just increases our stress levels and creates emotional exhaustion, which really is not good for our physical health either. So just remember, it's okay to set healthy boundaries during this time frame. And a healthy boundary can look like, hey, I'm really tired of all the political stuff. I'm exhausted. Can we talk about something else? Or maybe just setting your phone on silent or taking a break from it. I deleted TikTok a few weeks ago because I was just like, I just can't deal with this right now. And I will turn it back on when I'm ready to as well. So again, it's okay to limit your screen time and just trying again to set those healthy boundaries for myself because the mental exhaustion and the stress levels can go way up. And then it can really start to impact your mood, which is just not good for anyone. So it's okay to take a break. It's okay to set healthy boundaries with technology, with coworkers, with friends, with family. And if that is something that seems like, oh my gosh, I don't even know how to begin to say that, don't worry. I've got you covered. I have 25 political phrases that you can use in any situation from work to at home to family functions and social events with friends that will really help with how to navigate changing the topic so that you can enjoy their company, but also stay away from the political side of things. So that link is in the description below. Be sure to go there. It's really great. Gotten a lot of great feedback and people have been really finding it useful in dealing with situations. So again, it's okay to take a break. And, one of the other things that you can do, like I talked about, was taking a break from the news. But sometimes you may be undecided and like, hey, I still want to figure out what I want to do. How do you stay informed? And that's where you can limit your news intake or the political content to a source that you trust. And A lot of times people talk about media being more biased one way or the other. There are non-biased resources in there. And in fact, if you Google like unbiased political news, they do have other things that come up. And so, or even just looking at both sides. But again, picking one, maybe two max sources that you trust, if you are still trying to make informed decisions, and that's okay. But again, you don't have to constantly be thinking about it. You can spend an hour on the weekend going through it and just seeing what's updated versus like having it inundate your life 24/7. 1 to 2 hours is fine versus however, what is that? 27, 24/7. How many hours is that? So that's 168 hours. So it's okay to limit it to 2 hours versus 168 hours of constant political information. So again, those are things that I would recommend. Is again just making sure that you set some healthy boundaries, take some time, and just be like, hey, I'd like to talk about something that's not politics. I did this with my partner recently. I was like, hey, I'm feeling just on edge. Can we just not watch anything that has to do with political candidates or anything like that? Like, I'd rather watch something like Only Murders in the Buildings next episode, kind of a thing. And really just kind of taking your mind off of it, which leads us into our second topic here. All right, our second topic is to engage with politics mindfully. Again, there's 168 hours in a week. We don't need to discuss it all 168 hours. Instead of arguing with others on social media or in real life, try to have meaningful conversations with friends and really kind of hear from other people's viewpoints. Engaging in mindful political conversations when you do have those talks, recognizing that we're not going to change someone's mind if you're coming at them versus just having a conversation. And it's okay if we have differing opinions. We don't all have to have the same thoughts. If we did, then it would be very much so a robotic, one size fits all society. And, we live in a country where we do have the freedoms to have both sides looking at things. And, it's checks and balances. In fact, we can learn from each other if we would learn to put the political hard lines aside and actually listen and have a discussion around the issues that matter to us. And when both sides are just kind of not arguing, they actually help each other by it not being too far one way and too far the other, and really kind of meeting in the middle for something that's a win-win for everyone. So if you have trouble having conversations with the political things, or you have someone who likes to argue a lot, again, those 25 political phrases that we have available for you for free can also engage in meaningful conversation. There's a section on there on that part, as well as how to deter someone wants to argue about politics. So again, that is available in the link below, and I'll put it up here. But that can be a really great tool in having an engaging and meaningful conversation around politics. And sometimes you may be at a point in life where you're not ready to engage in political stuff because you have other things that are going on that are more important fires to put out, like having food on the table and those types of things. And that's okay if you're not engaged in political stuff during then as well. So I'm here to tell you it's okay if politics aren't your top priority, and taking care of yourself and your loved ones are. It all ties together, but also it's okay if your area of focus is on getting your life together, which is what we're going to talk about in the next section here. All right, number 3, don't forget to prioritize your self care and really maintaining your positive impact that you have in your own life, in your day to day life. We can get really lost when it comes to political frenzy and what we should be doing and how we should be thinking, and being shamed for things and bullied into stuff sometimes. And the truth is, taking a break, going for a walk, spending some time just connecting with who you are, whether it's a grounding technique, praying, journaling, whatever that might look like, diving into a good book, watching a funny show that has nothing to do with politics can be a really, really great stress reliever, as well as a way to kind of stay grounded and just kind of disconnect from all the political frenzy and chaos that can happen, and has such a big impact on your mental health. And finding the joy in our day to day life is key, and it's so important. And sometimes when we're constantly being bombarded by all the negative ads and the influx of he said, she said, and you're awful if you think this way, or how could you do that? It really kind of throws off kilter the things that are important to us. And so sometimes the most impactful thing that we can do is try to live our lives in a way that have a meaningful impact, not only on ourselves but on our community and the people in our lives. And that is the best policy that someone can have, because that's what's going to have the most impact and the biggest ripple effect. So if politics are not your thing, that's fine. You know, making sure that you are prioritizing your self care and also taking care of those in your life and having a meaningful impact, even if it's something as simple as saying hi or being kind to someone that you don't know. These are all things that can have a meaningful impact, sometimes on a bigger scale than some of the political things that have been argued for decades. So, just something to keep in mind. All right, a bonus. We have a fourth one. Lastly, just remember, this too shall pass. Election cycles come and go, but your mental health is something to focus on year round. And so remember these things as these election cycles come up. They will come and go. And it's good to stay informed, but you don't have to let it consume you. It's okay to have differing opinions and outlooks. No one should be bullied into voting one way or the other. There are a lot of people who go in and just vote on the presidential candidates and don't vote for anything else on the ballot. In the flip reversal of that, you can go in if you are not happy with either presidential candidate. There are still things, legislations, local officials that have a big impact on our lives, day to day lives too, that you can go in and just vote on those. And if you're undecided on a candidate, then just leave that part blank. But there are a lot of things on the ballots that are not just the presidential campaign that are equally as important. So, again, you can kind of pick and choose what is important to you right now. And honestly, it's no one else's business. It's your own personal beliefs, and it's okay to be done with politics for a little while. It's okay to set that boundary. And it's okay to, again, remember that this too shall pass. It doesn't all have to be politics. Where what we're doing on our day to day lives is also impactful. And so, if you needed that permission or you needed to hear that, just remember that piece is so important. And yeah, remembering your mental health is so important. And then remembering the mental health of other people's too. When it comes to being exhausted or the arguing or the bullying, sometimes we just need a hug. I could just use a hug today, and just take a break from everything else. And those are the things that make life go a little bit better in life. So, I would love to hear how you are doing during this political season, and ways you're taking care of your mental health during it. Are there some things that you would add to the list of simple tips to navigate the chaos of political season? I'd love to hear in the comments below. Also, like I mentioned, we do have the political phrases that you can use, whether it's to have a meaningful conversation or to change the topic if you are feeling emotionally exhausted. 25 phrases to use at work, home, family functions, social events, a lot of situations. It's a free, the link's in the description below. It's an easy sign up. And like I said, I've had a lot of people who have been enjoying using it and have found that it's really helped with changing their mental health and the exhaustion that they can feel sometimes from the arguing, because it's helped create connection. And that's really what it's all about. So if you enjoyed the video, like it, share it with a friend. We love sharing. Sharing is caring around here. And then just make sure that, again, if you need help with some political phrasings or terms to use, It's a great little cheat sheet that we've created for you. Link in the description below. Thanks for watching the video. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, share with a friend, and hit the notification bell for future videos. With that, until next time, remember, you are not alone. And while the sun may not be shining today or tomorrow, it will come out again. I'll see you guys next week.